straight men of Reddit, what's unattractive in a woman? Constant negativity. One of those people that just always has to find a flaw with everything. It's okay to like stuff. Liking stuff makes you more interesting. The complete and utter inability to manage their own finances. I've got enough to stress over in my own bank account. Refusing to acknowledge someone else's perspective. When I'm on a first date, I don't mind leading the conversation. But I hate when I'm the only one asking questions. I'd love to learn about you. But I'd like to know you're also interested in getting to know me. Trying to make the man they're actually into jealous by being flirtatious with other men. So that the man they're actually into pays attention to them. After college and getting a job, the most unattractive quality I had to deal with was when a woman presses too hard to move in with you when it's too early in the relationship. I know you don't want to live with your parents anymore. But now it seems you are more interested in a relationship with my house. Rather than me. To be fair. Your house is super SI. Tells her friends everything. I had an ex that showed her friends nudes I'd sent her. Then said friend messaged me about said nudes. A princess attitude. Basically a mindset where a girl thinks they're entitled to certain things just because they feel you must treat them as a lady of high manner. My ex treated me horribly. And felt she had authority over me and treated me as if I was supposed to give her all my manners and give her whatever she asked for just because she's a woman. She took me for granted. If you're a bitch to me, I don't want anything to do with you. Respect others. Treat others the way you would want to be treated back. I f***ing hated that attitude she had so much. An ex of mine was nice. And we hit it off fairly well. But she was scared of everything. At first, I didn't mind. I was supportive and tried to help her get over her fears. But I eventually started getting tired of it. Part of me still believes to this day that she isn't really a scaredy cat. But only used it to act cute and make me be the big supportive protector man. Just how quickly she'd switch from nervous wreck to doesn't even bother to check traffic before crossing just bothered me. I mean, what she was scared of ranged from lakes to rocking chairs to spooky nights when it's 4 in the afternoon in summer. Maybe I am an asshole. But I truly believe she would act scared whenever she wanted attention to get close. I don't know. I hope I wasn't being a jerk. Lack of passion. For anything. Nothing is easier than see a woman excited and interested in something. Jobs, hobbies, etc. I don't even have to like their interest, but they should have some. An unhealthy social media presence. An inability to hold a conversation. Yay. Expecting a man to bring their A game while the woman herself doesn't bring her own. Dating is a two-way street. Both people should be interested in trying to succeed at getting to know each other and making things work. Obviously sometimes they just don't. But at times I've experienced women who just expected me to do all the work, paying, giving attention, compliments, time, etc. I am luckily happily married. And my wife brings her A game to the table every day. Trying to be the damsel in distress and acting gullible and dumb. Women who make the relationship their hobby. Being in a relationship is fun and requires time and attention. Absolutely. But it's not the only thing in the world. I can recall several relationships over the years where women would constantly call me at work and want to monopolize 100% of my time. I remember so many of them being hurt or angry when I explained to them that I have other hobbies and pursuits that don't include them. So many threatened by things like video games or guys' nights out, etc. I mean, it's not like I spend a lot of time on either of those things. A few hours a week. Maybe. There are just so many people that seem to have nothing else going on their lives, so they turn their relationships into their hobbies. I was really happy when I met my wife. She had her own career, her own interests and hobbies. Even to this day. We spend plenty of time together, but there are days where we go do our own thing. It's nice not to have to entertain someone constantly. I get my memes from Facebook. Expecting me to constantly take care of you and be there for you when you're upset and not doing the same for me when I need someone to be there for me. Same thing that's unattractive in a man. Cruelty. Meanness. Bullying attitude. Manipulative. Poor hygiene. Stupidity they're determined to hang on to by any means necessary. Edited to add, I'll add an inconsiderate to the list. And that about covers everything else. Close bracket. Edited to add, thank you. Anonymous Gilda. Edited to add, eater spelled out. For clarification. Women who confuse being strong with being a bitch. No, you're not a strong woman or boss or whatever. You're just not nice. You're mean. And I f***ing love strong women. Having no empathy. Not being willing to contribute halfway in the relationship or so hurt her its chores. Or in disputes. If we have problems, we should work on them together. I'm too willing to compromise in most cases, and someone who takes advantage of that will find the door very soon. Also, an inability to be silly. Love should be wine and roses. But also memes and fart jokes. Smells like corn chips. Unwarranted arrogance or unnecessary narcissism. Like, yeah, you're hot. But definitely not hot enough to have that kind of attitude. Ladies like that can FCK right off. Nobody is hot enough to have that attitude. I don't give a shit how hot you are. If you're a terrible person, I'll get up and leave mid-date. Being on the phone all the damn time just looking at social media BS. Yet here we all are. Having no passion, drive, or dreams. When they don't find you attractive. F***ing CNTS the lot of M. Ego. Don't get me wrong. I love women who have self-esteem. However, some women act like we can't live without them. That drives me away from that woman instantly. Feeding into situations rather than steering the narrative. For example, embarrassing things happen during relationships. Our bodies can be pretty disgusting. Our secrets haunt us. Our assumptions back us into corners. If you're willing to face situations head on and proactively deal with them, great. If you collapse into a heap of reactive emotions, not so great. Shitty mopey attitudes. Constantly bringing up high school times despite being 30. I get it. You partied a lot and were super popular. That's clearly over with now. Lies. This one took me a while to really grasp the magnitude of. Who does your girl lie to? How does she lie? Does she lie about small things? Does she tell you how she lies to other people? I only started asking myself these questions after a bad breakup where it had become clear that she had been lying to me all along. And convincing herself of them in the process. When I learned the truth, I looked back and saw how pervasive these lies were, even going back to our very first meeting. And how easily I wrote them off or forgave her for them. Now things like that set off red alerts in my mind. There is no such thing as a little white lie. Bad hygiene. I like some overweight chicks. Even ugly chicks. But if you smell, I am out. A woman who is angry all the time. Disloyalty and being fake. Too much makeup and orange face white neck syndrome. A husband. If she is a dick to people for no real reason. Sorry to any ladies who have this look. But the super dark tan. Especially with the platinum blonde hair. But doesn't look good with any hair color emo. Baby talk. Being dramatic. And yes, I've had enough of this. Drama is a dramatic thing to say. Fake nails. They are pointy and I fear for my eyes. It depends from guy to guy. From my perspective, someone who really likes attention all the time, I definitely need space. Honestly, I just don't like people who spend a lot of time on social media. And I mean that as they are constantly posting selfies or obsess over people they follow that they don't know. Those who get offended at everything. Like the ones who have a victim complex and go out of their way to try to get offended. As someone who has a bit less of a filter than he'd like, these types are basically a nightmare scenario to me. Dated a girl who frequently brought up ways to change my appearance, tattoos, piercings, hair dye, etc. Not cool. If she's stuck up and thinks she's better than other people, don't talk to me unless you're taller than over 6 feet. Apostrophe. Then don't talk to me unless you're under 150 pounds. Edit. Yeah. Thank you multiple people. Anyone who is cruel to wild animals or pets. TTY tattoos. I see tons of them. They look like someone spilled dirt on your skin. A blurry, fading dolphin on your ankle doesn't make you a bad girl. This one is probably unique to me. But excessive social media presence. It's not even the volume of pictures. It's when they're all clearly touched up. And sticking your butt out. Etc. Oh. And you're a college freshman in a small New England college. But 10k people follow you? It must be because they think you're very smart or interesting. To me, this type of behavior signals someone who is excessively concerned with what people think about them. And wants to be famous more than anything else. They may be nice people, but usually not the type of personalities I gel with. Selfishness. Not knowing anything about art, music or politics. Ooh, I like everything but country music. Cool, what artist do you listen to a lot right now? Anyone dominating your playlist? I don't know names, just the songs. Ever uttering the phrase, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. I'm willing to bet your best is still shitty. Being a Debbie Downer about everything. Like FCK off your life isn't that bad and the world isn't out to get you. Lack of intelligence and low self-esteem worth. Upward inflection. Up talk. If it's not a question, then it shouldn't sound like one at the end of the sentence. Don't come to Australia, that's basically the key to our accent, haha. After sorting by controversial. Never understood, usually Hispanic, women who shave their eyebrows off and then draw them back on with eyebrow pencil. What the FCK is that all about? Apart from looking ridiculous and hideous. I've personally never found bangs attractive. FCK that. I love chicks with bangs. And ponytails. Smoking. I've seen some smoking hot women, I'm sorry, that just became instantly unattractive as soon as the cigarette smell wafted over. Fickle ones who have a phone full of backup dick. I hang out with guys because it's less drama type. Not initiating anything. I don't mind guys having to ask the first or second date. But after a while, if you don't come up with ideas and contact me on your own, I might as well be dating a watermelon. Making a big deal out of little or superficial things. Being dismissive of service people. Constant negativity on social media. Having an axe to grind with men in general. Using Tinder or other dating apps as a source of an ego boost. This is a conversation I had with a woman who also agreed that she hated the app. This is what I sent to her. I think a lot of girls see this as just another social media app. Makes them feel good when they're getting a lot of matches. But in reality have no intentions of even giving dude a chance. I don't think you know what a screenshot is. When her Facebook says her job is full-time mommy. Constant victimhood. The dog filter. Waiting for, as opposed to working towards. I've dealt with this far more often than I care to. Physically. I mean, I don't really have a type. Not string beans preferably. Feminazis. Can't stand M. Also fat girls. Short hair. And small girls who constantly say they're fat. Extreme feminism. I.e. don't hold the door for me. I'm a woman and can do that myself. Actually happened to me on a date once. Shoulder left her with the dinner bill. Also enlarged clitorises. It's like a sword fight at that point. Also smoking, also septum piercings, also having zero work ethic. No dreams or aspirations about anything as a black man. Wearing heels and not being able to walk in them, and wearing open back shirts with a normal bra. A lack of interests. I have met women that have literally no hobbies. Don't know any music. Don't even know many movies. Poor posture. Poor L got no chance. When she hides her toots. Ladies, I want front row seats to your sweet butt trumpet symphony. Being incredibly insecure about their body. I prefer a girl that's a little thick. But it's an instant turn off if they are all yuck. Don't touch me there. And being female. And knowing others. This is a thing tons of thicker girls do. Especially when they've had assholes in the past tell them they're fat. I had an experience the other day where I was walking by some assholes sitting down outside a restaurant. Who apparently were saying, "Look at that thing. It's following her." To which I hadn't paid any mind. BC. Assholes. And my boyfriend, so kindly, said they were all calling me fat. Which took a huge shitty on my self-esteem for the month. I mean. But media and other girls constantly make them insecure. The last thing they want is a guy to discover they aren't as perfect as they'd hope to be. IDK. I get it. But also, I don't think it's unreasonable, and it should be something you encourage her to forget. Not everyone has body positivity. Your reaction to a girl saying something like that could make a huge impression on a girl getting self-confidence. Penis. Motorhead. Are they death metal? No. I really dislike when they are not intelligent. If it's faked unintelligence, IDKY you would want it, or otherwise. Removed. Reddit bullshit answer. When she doesn't have a nice personality. Honest answer. Fat. This might get me downvoted. But I don't like women who swear a lot. Well, FCK. Being the sort of person that prefers to talk about people. Rather than things or ideas. You mean like this comment? Being overweight. Which is quite different from being curvy. And extra long fingernails. I automatically detest women who have them. A character flaw of mine I'm willing to live with. I don't like having to be someone's entertainment director. If you're not able to come up with your own ideas for fun things to do, then I'm bored with you. She needs to be able to take care of herself. I have a great career. Well paying. Great benefits. I don't want to be spending all my time and money just taking care of her. Now I don't mind spoiling her a bit. But I'm not there to be her wallet. If I am gone for work for a few weeks, I need to know that when I get back home, she hasn't fallen to pieces. In short, if she is not independent, not for me. A fondness for horses. When a fat woman wears yoga pants. Obesity. Caring too much about what men think is attractive. If they're ugly. On the inside. Nah, just kidding, I'm shallow. Being superficial. Caring about stupid superficial things. Infidelity. Turning your completely reasonable conversation into an argument. It's very subjective, but I personally don't like women who are buff beyond belief. Toned. Absolutely, that's attractive. But some of these fitness women with bodybuilder arms are just an instant turn off. Immature women. Seriously. If you're older than 18, stop acting like a middle schooler.